All right, we're rolling.
Hi, everybody. Richard Morin here with you. AZ Replay Week 6, Arizona High School football. We're going to be showing you all the highlights, all the games, our vast coverage. Hashtag AZ Replay on Twitter. You're going to see our network of reporters out there. We're going to show you some of the best highlights from tonight's action. We got Matt, we got Brian down there in the pit. As always, Matt, I got to thank you for stepping in last week, man. I appreciate it. As always,
I prefer to be over here. It's much nicer over here.
You like it over there? See, I've never had the privilege, man. I've never had the privilege. I don't know.
You know, maybe you will.
Brian, how are we doing tonight?
We're doing good. We're doing really good.
Doing pretty good?
Really good games to cover here in Week 6 here.
Absolutely.
All over the valley.
Yeah, let's take a quick rundown before we get into the highlights from our game of the week, which was Highland at Desert Vista. I know a vetted interest for Highland Hall of Famer over there, Matt Wilhelm. So we'll get to see the score of that a little bit later on. Desert Ridge at Chandler, Mountain View Mesa, Centennial at Millennium. Coach Taylor going for his 300th win in that one. Valley Christian, Northwest Christian, Camelback, South Mountain, Mountain Point, Queen Creek, and lastly, Desert Edge and Peoria are the games we are at tonight. We're going to kick things off with our game of the week. Like we told you, that's going to be Highland and Desert Vista. The always accountable Richard Obert is out there providing those highlights. We're going to get to that right here.
Look at all these highlights you got.
Oh, yeah, we're ready to go. We're not messing around. We're going to go right for it. My favorite highlight of the night, guys, was actually an interception here by Devin Grubbs. This is one I think we're going to have to play a couple times. I absolutely love this. This is a fantastic play here. Red zone drive for the Hawks. Here it's going deep, and no thanks. By the way, can we talk about how great these unis are? Look at that. The charcoal and the gold.
I mean, I'm partial to that Highland teal. It looks good.
Let's take another look at that one. Highland dropping back for the pass. Read perfectly by the defense.
It's a tough look, though.
That is a tough look. Right there for your Highland Hawks.
Should have just taken the knee in the end zone there.
Absolutely. That's the highlight of the night, but this one came down to the wire, guys. Highland going for a 2-point try against Desert Vista, going for the win with 1:41 left. But as Ober tells us, it did not go well for the Hawks. Let's take a look and see how this one ended. Running back in motion, shotgun snap, rolls out. There's the pass.
Get it.
And it's dropped on the other side of the field. And that is going to do it, guys. Let's take another look here on AZ Replay.
Yeah, go full screen.
Here we go.
It's that across the body.
Across the body. Nobody sees it coming. But it looks like it was batted away by a defender, actually. If you take a look right here. Let's go back a little bit further. It looks like this one is going to get batted. Watch right around here. Looks like it's swatted away just at the last second here. So Highland just coming short, 42-41. The Thunder over the Hawks. Matt Wilhelm, how are we feeling about that one tonight?
They went for the win. I like it.
It's a gutsy call, but you got to go for it sometimes, right?
Farrell makes the call. He thinks they should go for it. They could have won right there, but,
It's really interesting how many coaches we see, not just in high school, but in college as well, that are going for that 2-point conversion to win the game.
I think it's the way to go. I mean, look, I know nothing about anything, right? I'm not a football coach, but that's the way I'd want to play the game, man. You got to go for the throw.
I mean, that's how you play in Madden. That's how you play to win in Madden. Go for two.
That's all I know. That's my Bible when it comes to football coaching. So we're going to get on to our next game, guys. It was Mountain View and Mesa. We had Danny Shapiro out there. Let's take a look at what he's got for us. Joe Ball, second touchdown run of the game in the opening quarter. Let's take a look at that one. Right up the gut. We got a great view there from Danny from the end zone. Let's take another look here on AZ Replay. Hashtag AZ Replay, baby. Love that. Second touchdown of the night for Joe Ball there, and Danny catching up with Mountain View quarterback Brandon Nieto after this game.
I feel as if this week we really wanted to do something. We got to show ourselves. We have a good team. I feel as if we could have beaten all the teams we played. We were in the game for a while, but I feel like this week we just wanted to show out who we were and ball out like we did.
All right, let's take a look at that final score. Mountain View 42-14 over Mesa there, over the Jackrabbits. Just not quite enough there to take home the win. So thanks to Danny out there giving us those highlights. And the next thing we're going to get to is we had a little bit of news this week. We had Williamsfield senior tackle Noah Nelson, guys, got ruled ineligible by the AIA under their non-school participation rule. Noah Nelson, who is an Oklahoma commit, like we said, a senior over at Williamsfield, ruled ineligible for the rest of the season. And he took to Twitter to kind of, defend himself here. And you're going to see the statement from Noah Nelson. This is from his Twitter account, so you can go over and find him on Twitter for the full explanation. But these are the basic bullet points. On Monday, September 23rd, I went to Athletes Performance Enhancement. Halfway through my workout that evening, a freshman kid who regularly trains at the gym asked, quote, "Could you help me? I am moving up to varsity, and could I take a few one-on-one reps against you so I could prepare," unquote. I replied with, "Okay." During this whole session, no coaching from any trainer occurred. I never thought him asking me to help him or me helping him would be an AIA violation, guys. Well, what do we make of the situation here, Williams Field?
I mean, that's brutal. That's just brutal.
I mean, I get the spirit of the rule, but I don't know if this is one of those instances where this should be enforced. Now, granted, they're appealing it, and they sat him out, today, but wow.
I don't know.
Well, let's see if it affected Williams Field on this Friday night. They did get the 42-27 win over Castile, so senior tackle Noah Nelson held out of this game and perhaps beyond, but Williams Field picking up the win over the Colts of Castile. So, good news. Obviously, we hope that the AIA is able to kind of get to the bottom and get to the truth of the situation, whatever that is. You obviously have to take it. It's what the player's saying, so there's different points of view for this, but. It's kind of, based on what Noah's saying, it's hard to think that that's worth having to sit out an entire season, right?
And you got to imagine Richard Obert is going to be all over this next week.
Oh, absolutely.
Questioning the IAA, trying to figure out, where this ends up. And honestly, the kid needs to play. They need to be out. Obviously, he was honest. They'll take his opinion.
Yeah.
They'll take the facts of the case, hopefully, and decide. All right, no harm done here.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. So that's Noah Nelson. That's the news of the week here on AZ Replay, guys. Want to remind you, if you're watching us live on YouTube or Facebook, we'd love if you guys wanted to get involved in the chat or even join the conversation on Twitter, hashtag AZ Replay. All week long, you're out at games. We'd love you to just tag your highlights. We'll get you guys in there. I think we had some games this week. We had some people send in highlights. We noticed that. We're going to go and cover these games. So we appreciate you guys chiming in. We want you to keep doing it as we keep going on with the show. So next game we're going to get to Desert Ridge and Chandler here. We had Dana Scott out there covering this one. So we have Chandler head coach Rick Garrettson. Lots of flags in this one early on. Let's take a look at the Chandler coach.
Playing with him. Leave him alone. Please. Time out over here.
A lot of people wondering what's going on. He is high.
I think they've given him what for.
It's hard enough playing with him. Leave him alone. Please.
I'll tell you what, if you were a baseball player,
Yep. Kicking some dirt, stomping. Interesting.
well, Dana Scott gave us his breakdown of this year, but let's get to the score real quick before we get to Dana's breakdown.
All right, here comes the score,
And let's
Richard.
take a look at that. So Chandler going to 52-14 over Desert Ridge, so clearly the officiating not a huge factor in their performance. But go back to the computer screen here, and we have Dana giving us his thoughts on the matchup.
Hey everyone, it's Dana Scott at AZ Central Sports here at Chandler High School. Final score 52-14. Chandler over Desert Ridge. Chandler improves to 5-0, undefeated on the season. They eclipsed the 50-point mark for the third time this season, averaging 51 points per contest in all 5 of their wins. Desert Ridge falls to 2-4. Chandler goes on next week to face their rival Gilbert Perry. Big game next week. It'll be interesting to see what Rick Garrettson, the head coach of Chandler, has up against Preston Jones, head coach of Prairie. Player of the game tonight, Day Hunter. He steamrolled over everybody. Had a lot of rushing yards. I mean, ridiculous, but the rest kept calling a lot of plays back. Hell, messing up his highlight reel. Like I said to him in the post-game interview, you'll see that on my timeline. Check AZ Replay on Twitter. That's at AZ Replay for tonight's Arizona High School football scores for all for the Friday night. And also check us, hashtag AZ Replay, for anything that you want on our feed for tonight's Arizona High School football. See you next week.
Well, thanks to Dana for giving us his breakdown there tonight. We're going to get to the rest of the scores we had going on around Arizona High School football. Pinnacle, a 52-0 win over Valley Vista here. And I can see Brian, your son Bryce, is here. He's shaking his head. He's not happy about that one.
They really celebrated last week's win over Willow Canyon, and then they had Pinnacle this week.
The Monsoon. That's right.
The Valley Vista Monsoon.
Absolutely.
Yes, Mr. Mascot up there at the table there.
Well, the Pioneers roll into a 52-0 win. Notre Dame Prep 49-6 over Cactus Shadows. Campo Verde, a field goal win over Gilbert 24-21 in Skyline by a touchdown 27-20 over Westwood there. So, guys, as always, each and every week we're telling you guys about Beyond the Gridiron, the fantastic documentary being produced by the entire AZ Central sports team. I just want to name a few people who've been involved. The third episode went up on YouTube. We're going to give you guys a sneak preview, but first I want to mention Diana Payan, Sean Logan, Patrick Breen, Cheryl Evans, Tom Hawthorne, Nick Oza, Michael Chow, Emmanuel Lozano, Mary Eccles, Will Flanagan, Marcus Carter. They're doing phenomenal work over there at South Mountain High School, guys. The third episode, that was the best episode of the whole series so far.
Absolutely the best
It was very, very powerful stuff. If you haven't started watching this documentary, head over to the AZ Central Sports YouTube page. Start watching it now. And if you need even more enticing, here's a video for you.
Once upon a time, before Chavez and Fairfax, South Mountain was the school in South Phoenix. So when you crossed the Salt River, it was only South Mountain.
This community says it all. South Mountain.
They didn't stop us. We stopped us. But it's not over. So if you want to hang your head, shame on you. Stay together, bounce back like we always do, and let's get it rolling.
So we're following the South Mountain Jaguars all season long, guys, but they haven't always been the South Mountain Jaguars. They used to be the Rebels. That's a topic that episode 3 tackles very heavily. What are your guys' thoughts on that? What was your reaction when you saw episode 3?
Oh, it was just great. It's such a great historical piece. I mean, there's so many great clips of old South Mountain football.
Film,
yeah.
film.
Legitimate film with, like, the burn marks in it and everything.
No, I felt like I was watching Ken Burns baseball,
yeah,
like the first inning.
For sure.
The perspective that these coaches and these former players and even the current players give about what South Mountain means to that community and to the community here is really powerful. And this episode really shows that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's good. It's really getting good.
Yeah, it's getting good, guys. You got to head over to the AZ Central Sports YouTube page. You got to check this out. The episode's really only 10 minutes long. It's not going to take you long to catch up. Head over there. Episode 3 is going to make the whole thing worth it. Absolutely. But we're going to find out how South Mountain did this week. I think it was homecoming for them, was it not, guys?
It was.
A little homecoming
Very
matchup.
exciting.
So we had we had Edith out there, and we had a couple highlights from Edith, but this one was my favorite. Devontae Ingram breaking up the middle 52 yards to put South Mountain up big, 43-14. This is the one that definitely caught my eye. Look at that. There he goes.
I'll see it again.
He's in there. I know it's a little bit of cut. The video cuts a little bit at the beginning,
Weird.
but you can see the teal.
But he's gone.
Yeah, you can see it's like, that's how fast it was, guys.
Oh,
That's how fast
amazing.
it was. Right there, you can't even see him.
Devontae Ingram is fast.
Boom, there he is. Right there. Like that SpongeBob episode, it's like, hey, you want to see me run to the top of that mountain? Want to see me do it again? Right? No, just me?
This is
A
a reference.
SpongeBob
this is
reference here. Oh boy.
I'm the only SpongeBob guy? Okay, well, let's take a look at that final score. Let's see how South Mountain finished off.
Here it is. Coming up
tonight. 64-28. 64, guys.
That's good.
That's a homecoming celebration if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, they were rotating in some JV players. Was that
they
what I saw
They
on
had
Twitter?
to start subbing in, get the subs. They were still rolling.
It's a solid win for them.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well,
Take
we had a
everyone.
lot of highlights from our next game. Eric Norwood was out there. Desert Edge and Peoria, guys. Lots of great highlights to get to in this one. We're going to kick things off with Jihad Marks finding the end zone. I love this vantage point. Eric Norwood, the MVP of AZ Replay this week. Look at that. Oh, right through.
Wow. Nice run.
Got to go again. Hashtag AZ Replay this one. Cut right through. Look at, he must miss 10 defenders, it looks like.
That was really nice.
Absolutely insane. That's just the first one that Eric gave us here with a desert edge. Getting on a little passing play here from the quarterback. There he is. Right on the sideline there. Let's take another look at that one. Great work on the sideline there. That's a completed catch for the Scorpions.
Oh, there's another mascot for you.
Gotta love that.
Got it.
Still
got
going
it.
strong.
How about this, guys? A 4th down touchdown catch. Keith McCaney, let's take a look at this one. 4th down TD catch. Doesn't get much better than this. Drop back in the pocket, scramble out. There it is. And he's there in the back of the end zone, guys.
Oh,
Awesome.
High pressure, and he delivers here. Look at him. He's in the shotgun.
plenty of
He's
time.
rolling
Look at
out.
the line just doing their job.
Absolutely. Throws across his body off balance. Gets the 1 foot in for that 4th down touchdown catch for the Scorpions. We got one more for you guys. Kyle Samford for Stephen Ortiz and Peoria getting their second touchdown. So some love for Peoria here. That's a nice touchdown throw.
There you go.
Love those Packers-looking uniforms.
Yeah, it wasn't all Peoria on Friday night, but this is definitely one of the better highlights. Take a look at that one more time here on AZ Replay. Let's take a look at that final score. Let's see how this one ended up between Desert Edge and Peoria. 42-14, the Scorpions taking home the win in this one, guys. Those were some crazy highlights there from Desert Edge.
They're good. Shout out to Christopher Day over at Desert Edge. He's been tagging us in highlights and things after games. It's real helpful. Spread the gospel. We appreciate it, especially on a team like this. 42-14 tonight. That's good.
Absolutely. Yeah, guys, we want to encourage you one more time. Hashtag AZ Replay. We are on Twitter at AZ Replay. But all you got to do if you're out of the game or you just want to join the conversation, you don't have to be out of the game. Hashtag AZ Replay. Let us know what's going on in your neighborhood with your school. We want to know about it. We want to include you guys on the show.
This is your show.
What's that?
This is your show, the
Exactly.
Valley High School Football. This is your show. AZ Replay is yours.
Yeah, let us know what to do. We'll take it. We'll take the tips.
Absolutely. Well, we had Evaristo Montoya. He was out there at Centennial Millennium. Coach Taylor going for that 300th win. The first replay he's got, a little bit of a scramble, 27-yard touchdown for Centennial. Let's take a look. This put them up 35-0. He's rolling out. I love the southpaw quarterback right there.
Ooh.
Right into your living room there. Let's take another look at that one. He's rolling out. Your left-handed quarterback there. Across his body, off balance to number 11.
Yeah.
And that's a touchdown for Centennial. The first one that Evaristo gave us. We got Larry Kraft, a 7-yard touchdown off a slant. Centennial going up 35-7 with this one. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Actually, I believe this one put Millennium on the board here. Centennial was up 35-0, and you can see Millennium getting up on the board. That's a tough catch, guys.
Never give up.
That's a tough catch. Look at this one more time.
He even stumbles off the block.
Yeah, that's a really tough catch. And like Evaristo said, that's a tough one coming off a slant route there. Not easy, but Evaristo giving us Centennial quarterback Jonathan Morris after this game. Let's see what the quarterback for Centennial had to say.
What can you say about your team's overall performance tonight?
Overall, we did really great. This was a great team that we were playing, and we committed to everything that we were doing, and it turned out really good for us.
You seem to have a lot of time in the pocket tonight. What can you say about your offensive line's performance tonight?
My offensive line is great. They've been doing this all the time. Like with my 2 big tackles, they were little sophomores last year, and they've really grown up since then. And they're really helping out our sophomore guard, Raul, as well. And then George and Josh are both our senior captains on the line.
What can you say about your defense and special teams? It seems like they set you guys up in great positions.
Oh, definitely. We've been working a lot on everything on our game, and special teams is like you have to be special to be on special teams. So we focus on that. We focus on defense. We do 1 day of each practice, and it just works out for us.
You kind of spread the ball out to everybody tonight. Did you make it a point of emphasis to make sure all your receivers eat, or is it just how it worked out?
It just happens. Whoever's open gets the ball, and a lot of people are open all the time. So.
35-7, the final, Centennial over Millennium. So Coach Taylor gets that 300th win, guys. 300 wins in high school football? It just doesn't happen. Just flat out does not happen, guys. I mean, what do we got? Coach Taylor, legendary dynasty brewing there in Centennial. What do we got on that?
What do you have on that?
I got nothing.
All right.
Let's move on.
I mean, 300 wins is obviously something to be very, very proud of.
Absolutely. Well, let's get on. We got Mountain Point and Queen Creek. Jack Butler down there for us. Hashtag an AZ replay. We got a 74-yarder setting up the TD right here from Jack Butler. Let's take a look at this one. Queen Creek, we're going to get the rear view mirror here.
Oh, this is a great one.
How about that?
Right to the gap.
Point?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm playing Madden, right?
Exactly.
Here he
and
goes.
He gets the zoom. He got the zoom on it.
Taking a look at that one right here. Queen Creek dropping back.
High snap.
Yeah, high snap, but he recovers right there into traffic. And
the window that he found that pass and delivered is
he's off to the races there. Let's take another look at that one here on AZ Replay.
Oh, such great timing.
There it is. Can't complain about that one. Jack Butler, thanks so much for being out there with us, guys. Let's get a look at the final score here. Queen Creek 32-0. No contest, guys. No contest. Queen Creek is no joke this season. No joke at all.
And what's their mascot, Richard?
The Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs.
Nice.
Very good. Look at him go.
I'll never let you down, Brian. I'm never going to let you down on that, man. Never going to happen. All right, we have one more game that we were out. We had our buddy Schlossberg out there covering Valley Christian and Northwest Christian. Schlossberg catching up with Northwest's Austin Young after the game. Let's take a look at what Austin has to say. You know, can I say a sneaky Joe Keery lookalike here from Stranger Things, from Steve Harrington? Right? Well, you see some Joe Keery there? All right.
Good call on that.
I thought I recognized him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see, pride of Massachusetts, by the way. Well, let's see what Austin Young has to say after this one.
All right, we're rolling. Tell me about the offensive line.
Well, they just came out, they started pushing them in, just pounding them, and the defense, they were just soft, you know, they started getting scared because they were just pushing in that work. I couldn't have done it without the linemen. They're everything. Like, they're the reason that I can do what I do.
And yet you didn't get the touchdowns. Your little buddy got the touchdowns. You don't mind, though, do you?
No, it's all about the team. It doesn't matter who gets the touchdowns. Touchdown is a team touchdown.
How important is this win for a team loaded with so many underclassmen, and they had you back on your heels in the first half? How important was this?
It just proved that no matter who we have out here, we can just work. We got the skill. We don't have the skill, but we have it up here. We have the knowledge to just know what to do and how to work them.
What do you got to do to play better?
We just got to come out tomorrow, watch some film, see what we did wrong, and just correct every mistake.
What do you think you got to do personally?
Probably get my shoulders down, get lower to drive in there.
You got a lot of confidence now going into the rest of the season?
Oh, yeah.
No matter how old or young this team is?
No, I'm so confident that we can do it.
All right, Slosh, thanks for getting out there, man, and giving us that coverage. Valley Christian, Northwest Christian. Northwest Christian 17-10 over Valley Christian. That's the last game we were at, but we had a ton of other games we were keeping an eye on around Arizona high school football. The Highland Hall of Famer Matt Wilhelm is going to get that one up for you. Well, we want to remind you guys to subscribe. azcentral.com, guys. AZ Central Sports. We got gamers from all these games. We got live scoreboard, all that kind of good stuff. So head on over to AZ Central Sports. We got Chaparral 62-17 over Mountain Ridge. Sunrise Mountain 41-6 over Buckeye Verado. Boulder Creek and Perry, Copper Canyon, La Jolla. We were still waiting on those guys, but we can't wait forever. We got a show to run. We're doing it live, right?
We are late inning games here. We pulling, but we couldn't get the scores.
Absolutely. Hey, Brian, pull up my computer one more time.
I see it.
I want to remind the good folks at home here. Follow us at AZC Sports. We're on Twitter. We are also at AZ Replay. You want to follow us there, and guys, as always, hashtag AZ Replay all week long. We want to be part of the conversation. You can see our YouTube subscribe button right there as well. We're AZ Central Sports and AZ Central too on YouTube. Tons of great video content being produced there as always, guys. You guys got anything else on this Friday?
We're more than halfway through the high school football season. Right? Week 6.
Crazy.
I mean, the battles that are coming in the next few weeks are really going to be something to watch. And today, there again a lot of blowouts.
Yep.
A couple of close games. Your Highland, boy.
They'll be okay, I think.
But I think there will be some very critical games, especially when you talk about the Open.
Yeah, the Open division will really change everything once we start figuring out who's in that.
Yep.
And what's next.
Yep. Well, you want to be following Richard Obert at AZC Obert. He's going to have all that kind of good stuff for you. Read his stuff, AZ Central Sports, sports at azcentral.com. Click on that high schools tab. Obert and the rest of our high school staff's going to have some great stuff for you. Make sure to watch Beyond the Mountain. And, guys, we're going to be here next week. 10:30 p.m. Facebook and YouTube, AC Central Sports.
Every week.
For Matt, for Brian, I'm Rick. See you guys later.
See ya.